What's going on, guys? Captain Papa here. In this discussion video, we do get into some spoilers, including that of the finale of Attack on Titan, as well as some Haikyuu, and including other stuff as well. So if you don't want to be spoiled or anything of the source, just click away now. Otherwise, enjoy the video. You guys read AOT or just watching it?
Yeah, I finished the manga.
I've read it.
Thoughts? Final chapter? Knight, what are you doing with AOT? Do you care about AOT?
Yeah, he don't read that shit.
No, I used to read it, but then I stopped, and then I got spoiled on it like years later, and I just don't give a
Yeah,
shit
my
about
friend
it.
said like ages ago, time ago, he's like, yeah, Levi dies, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about AOT anymore, even though that just wasn't true.
Yeah,
But I just believed him. I was like, fuck, why would you say that to me? Like, Levi was like my favorite character. You gonna say he's dead? I don't give a fuck about this shit anymore. And then one day I was like, fuck it, I'll just read it. And I was like, that's pretty good. And then the final chapter, and I was like, all right, I don't know, it's pretty good. The thing that pissed me off, the final panel in 138 is fucking stupid. The final panel.
Is that where she's
She kisses
kissing him?
Yeah, like, fuck off, man. The whole
Yeah, no, it was just like it was kind of weird. It was just creepy.
the whole the motion spin from her going from fucking slashing his head off to just kissing him. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
yeah.
It made no sense. I was like, either cut his head off or make out with him. I don't know. What are you
And
doing?
then the next chapter, she's like just caressing his head walking.
Bro, and then when she's standing next to the grave and she's like caressing the tombstone, she's like, your friends are coming. I'm like, all right, she's fucking weird, bro.
For me, I was anime only until like the newest episode aired, and then
Yeah.
that's why I read the manga. So I just kind of like got into it in these like last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I found out recently that everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people didn't like the rumbling arc. I thought it was really good. And I know a lot of people had problems with the final chapter, but I thought it was good for what it was. Like,
I don't get the issues. I think people wanted a tragedy, like, because I think like Isayama wanted a tragedy himself, but I think he was. I personally think he was a bit scared to just like everyone fucking dies and the world is without hope, right? Because that won't sell. I think, but
yeah, I mean, when you really think about it, like,
yeah.
literally in the last chapter, he says like Aaron wiped out like 80% of the population.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, people forget. I think people wanted it just to be everyone fucking dies, right? But I think he did a really good job of like roping in this whole notion of like throwing it back. Like when like that whole like half the chapter is just him and Armin having a chat, right?
Yeah,
And the way they talk about like, oh, at the end of the day, Aaron pretty much fulfilled his destiny of what he was meant to do. And like when you think about it, you're like, in the end, like he it made sense what he did, right? And I think like
yeah.
everything ended it was satisfying. Like I don't think there was anything that I wasn't really satisfied with. But I guess people either wanted Aaron to like come back or not die. I don't know.
Nah, dude, if he came back, that would have been so
If
garbage.
he came back, bro, Isayama was a fucking clown. On God, he's a clown, bro. There's no way. What do you think,
One
Todd?
thing I love about Titan is how like he connects everything. Like in 138, when you like basically realize that he's seen like his whole life and death from literally like the second or third page of the first chapter. That was like craziest shit ever.
Yeah. Isayama was smart as fuck, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like,
I thought it was actually like good, and I thought it was an acceptable ending, honestly.
yeah, I agree.
But I think it would have been interesting to see what it would have been like if he did decide to end it in a tragedy, to see what that would have been like.
I think
But
I
either
think
way, it doesn't matter how he ended it, people were going to complain.
Yeah. Because that's what like a few of my friends, or at least like one of my friends who's heavy into it, he was like, what do you think of the final chapter? And I was like, oh, I was satisfied. He was like, bro, I hated it. And I'm like, why would you hate it? He was like, because he also had been anticipating a full on like everyone dies tragedy type deal. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's a fucking Japanese cartoon, bro. Every shonen ends the fucking same. They all achieve their goals and everyone's happy. Levi achieved his goals of of like holding up the fucking the whole corpse together. Like he was the jabroni, and everyone themselves achieved their goals. Even Eden achieved his goals. Mikasa's a fucking weirdo, but she achieved her goals and such too. Like Everyone at the end of the day like achieve their goals, which is like the shonen trope. You know, it's just
Yeah,
it's just
and I
what it
mean,
is,
with Attack on Titan, like people forget, like a lot of people died.
bro. That's what
It's
I'm
not like
saying, bro. Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. So many bro, Isayama just killed people for fun. He was having fun just killing people off as he did, bro. But the fact that Levi did not die, bro, demon. Levi should be
no, like
dead.
honestly, like I think if he would have killed Levi when Zeke like killed himself basically or tried to, like that would have been like fine with me. Like that would have been
It would have
crazy.
worked. It would have worked. Like, I feel like if they, because that's what I thought when Zeke obliterated himself. Like, I thought, oh, this guy's fucking dead. Also, didn't really make sense. Like, surely Levi would have been smart enough to kind of anticipate Zeke just fucking ending it all and just doing that. Like, I don't know. I feel like Levi would have been a little smarter in that situation, but you kind of have to add that little suspense moment and then have him just not be visible for the next like 10 chapters or whatever.
Yeah, I mean he was basically like out of commission.
Then he comes back in like the final like 3 chapters and becomes an absolute fucking god again. Like, what the fuck? This guy,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like, I think I think there was there's definitely arguments of like AOT going down as like a modern masterpiece. I think when everything gets animated, I think it'll go down as like one of the best anime of all time. But as a manga slash fiction, I don't think it'll hold up in time. I don't know. I think it's really, really good, but I still don't think it's like masterpiece.
Yeah, I think the anime will hold up for a really long time. Honestly.
The anime will be
Yeah,
like our
dude.
generation's like, you know, Evangelion, or our generation's, you know.
Dude, that
kinda stuff.
first like 2 episodes when it comes back, those are gonna be like crazy episodes
They
because that's
could
when it
just
starts to
about-
pop off.
They could just about make the entire Rumbling like a movie.
That's what they were going to do.
That would have fit, to be
No,
honest.
they wanted to end it as a like the anticipation was that it was going to be a movie to finish off everything, but no one wanted that, it seemed. So they announced episode 17 next year, but only episode 17. I don't know if they announced any more
Yeah,
kind of content.
So that was weird because I saw that, but then I saw like a lot of posts after that saying that oh it's coming back and they're gonna finish the series with it.
Cause that's gonna be a long fuck. It's gonna be like a 24 season. Because where did they end? They ended at what? Like
They ended at like 117, so they need like 20 chapters.
that's 22
Yeah, so like
chapters.
if they do like another like they wouldn't need 24 episodes. They would need like
16 again,
like
right?
22 or something
They
like
could do.
that.
They could potentially fit it into another 16 or 17 ep series again. So,
Yeah, well, if they actually do it, I hope they do.
but they like, bro, the Rumbling, man. Like, I'm fucking keen to see like those last 5 chapters animated. Actually,
Oh my god, dude, those are
everything up,
insanity
bro,
chapters.
everything up until the end of 138, like the final couple panels, and then 139. I'm so hyped to see that all animated.
You
Otherwise,
see this video in the chat?
fuck, what
Someone
is this?
made. It's really cool. Someone like made their own animation for like the Rumbling, but like it looks like historical footage.
That's pretty
It
cool.
looks badass. Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck?
I remember the first time I saw Aaron like in this state, like it was like the creepiest shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's weird, man. It was weird as fuck. I was uncomfortable. I was like, what the fuck? This guy got a rib cage.
Oh yeah,
You gotta see
I
spinal.
don't know if you guys seen this, but they announced that when the final volume comes out, there's gonna be like a couple of additional pages that weren't in the chapter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what they're gonna just like? Do you know? Is there any like ideas to what they're gonna be per se, or?
Well, like they're gonna be like actual like content pages.
Oh.
So, I mean, I'll probably just pick it up just to check them out. I mean, I'm sure it's not gonna be nothing crazy, but just be like some additional wrap ups and stuff. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I think like I would like an after story type beat of like a couple of like off spin chapters of like life after 139.
Mhm.
So I feel like they ended 139 on like, oh, everyone's returning back and this and that, and then everyone's like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there was a little like he's definitely, if he wanted to, he could have squeezed out a bit more with like an ending.
Oh yeah.
But I could definitely
Yeah.
I would definitely enjoy if there was an offshoot, like a one shot, you know, of just like the ending of everything and how everything's like maybe a time skip one shot type deal. And it's like in the perspective of like Armin or whatever. I could see that being a thing. Actually, that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
So are you guys in the boat that Historia's baby's Aaron's?
What the fuck?
Wait,
Oh,
what kind
you
of level?
didn't know about that?
Absolutely not.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's not. Well, a lot of people think it's Aaron's. It's not like the rando farmers, and like a lot of like hinting at that is for example, like in the last chapter, like when the farmer dude comes, like they never show that dude's face. Like they always kind of just have him like blended out.
I mean,
But yeah, that's like a big theory that Aaron actually had the kid with Historia, and the first like kind of hint at it that was when they had that conversation, him and Historia, about the baby.
that's right.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I mean, like, what does that do though after AOT is kind of ended? Like, what does that say? Like, wasn't Aaron's whole mission? He's like, I'm gonna stop Titans from ever existing or some shit. So, like, does that kid just exist as akin to the Jaeger, or like, does that kid have Titan abilities, or
Yeah, a lot of people thought that like in the last chapter, like
The
they were gonna
kids-
like hold the baby up and say like
the
you're
new
free.
the new Ymir type deal or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah, and dude, that shit was mad weird when she was like kissing Aaron. Ymir's just in the back watching.
Yeah, like what the
Oh
fuck,
yeah.
bro? That,
Little fucking creep.
I don't know.
Bruh.
That whole situation where I was like, oh, I'm just doing Ymir's bidding, lol. I'm like, what the fuck? This kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
bro.
that Ymir thing was kind of weird, but it's just like whatever.
Isayama
At
has
this point, it's the last chapter.
Isayama has a fucking twisted mind, bro. Like he must have a fucking twisted mind, bro. I'll be real. More power to him though. Like he did a fantastic job. I don't know. I kind of read it, and I was like, I mean, I was happy. Like I felt like there could have been more, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I know like he had a reason for ending it at 139, like that's like a special number
Yeah,
to the
like,
series or some shit.
It
But
is, yeah.
I definitely think it would have been better if he would have dropped like a double chapter.
Like 139, you know, like 13 years, 9 Titans or whatever the orientation is. You know, so it works out. It's a pretty
Yeah.
it's a pretty good number to have it end on.
Or maybe if like just 139 was like a double chapter length instead of
Yeah.
it being 2
I
chapters.
think he could do a one shot at some point as a wrap up kind of deal, like 5 years in the future or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that dude's probably set for life.
You don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I don't know. Well, I think AOT was good. I think like I don't know. Like I've never been the biggest fan of AOT. I still think it's really well done. But I think like the reason why AOT is so popular isn't because of Isayama himself, but because of how well it's animated. I generally think that like that's the reason why AOT holds up so well.
God, dude, like I wish Attack on Titan, like the entire anime was animated like the first season. Dude, in the first season, that's like when there was like no CGI. It was just like straight like
Raw.
animation. That's when the Titans look crazy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of scared for this to be animated because it's gonna.
That's what I was like
Aaron's-
just thinking about. Like,
Aaron's
because
gonna
dude,
be
the Titans
CGI.
are going crazy. Like, dude, the thing that Todd sent, you know how fucking weird that shit's gonna look.
And that's gonna be CGI to fucking
Yeah.
Like when they're like in the close up shots, it won't be. But bro, I already know what's gonna happen. The whole rumbling is gonna be CGI'd, 100%.
Yeah, dude. When you see like all the Titans walking,
They're
that's
gonna
gonna
be
look so
CGI.
nasty.
It's gonna look so gross. It's gonna be very frustrating because like, if they do that, for me, AOT will no longer be it won't hold up as a masterpiece. I don't know. Like, I feel like they have a chance right now to make an anime that's going to be the anime that everyone talks about for the next like 40, 50 years. At least, like, sorry, 40, 50 is an extension. Maybe like 20, 30 years or so. So, like, I think there's a chance now that they do it. But I don't know if they really resort to that, then it's going to be kind of rough.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, bro. If they had that season 1 team, it'd be over.
Who was it? Season 1 was Studio Wit, was it?
Yes, the studio. I mean, season 1 through 3 was Studio Wit.
And then Mappa, I think it is, came in. Mappa has
Yes.
so
Yeah,
much
man,
though.
that's so good.
They have so
So,
much going on.
Yeah, so I don't know if you actually knew this, like with the season 4 situation. So, Mappa, everyone knows did JJK, and they were doing some
Yeah.
other stuff, but they picked up Attack on Titan like super late. So,
Yeah.
what I think is like, I don't know like if this is true, but like I feel like maybe they have like maybe like the B team basically doing Titan, which
They
sounds
can't.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like if they dead ass had the B team doing Titan, bro, I don't know how I feel about that at all.
All I'm gonna say is for this like final season, they better not do like any other shows. Like this better be the only thing they're doing,
Well, they got
or
Chainsaw
at
Man
least
still
have Titan at
coming.
the top.
They got Chainsaw Man as well.
Yeah, but is that airing in the same season?
That's still to be announced.
But yeah, for me, like I liked Attack on Titan like
Yeah.
back in the day. But I was always like I told you I was anime only. I started to really like it. Like I thought Titan like got really good in season 3. Like that's when I was like, okay, this is like probably
Yeah,
like
it stopped being a
there.
shonen. It stopped being a shonen and it got really political and it got really like espionage and like really intelligent type deal. It stopped being just like, oh, I want to kill the Titans, and it started being about like, you know, damn, like really
like grown-up
political.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that like there's a lot to that though, you know what I mean? Like having this whole political stance, and you added all this involvement of like politics and other nations and like all that whole dynamic makes it such a better overall experience. I feel like then just being like, I'm gonna kill. Like imagine if Attack on Titan was just Eren wants to kill all the Titans, but then he finds that he's a Titan, but then he utilizes the ability to be a Titan, and then he kills all the Titans. Like fucking shit. But like you have this whole like
That'd be crazy.
but then you have like this whole corporate espionage type deal. It just makes everything go crazy.
Yeah, nah, dude. Like I was just thinking about like stuff that happened in season 1 and stuff while we were talking about that, and I'm like, oh my god, like, cause like now that like we know what we know, like everything happened like for a reason. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like he really connects everything. It's not like, oh, Luffy, Luffy and East Blue, he punched the Sea Dragon chapter 1 because of this in chapter like 500. Like no.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I still can't believe he sent the Titan to kill his mom.
Dude,
that was
that
crazy.
blew me the fuck back, because that Titan and the crazy part is that like now that Titan was specifically aiming for his mom, like on the
Yeah,
on
and
the
that
dot too.
Titan was the one that killed the other woman that his dad was dating, I think, or
Yeah.
that might have been that was her, right?
That was his first wife when he was in the other land, and then
Yeah,
they both
see,
got
like,
they both got
it's too
banished.
much.
But then that it all throws back to when Eren punches that one in the hand, because she has the royal blood, which is why he could activate the Attack Titan the
Right.
Titan
yeah.
thing as well. So that whole like connection type deal of being like, wait a minute, we've seen this Titan before. What the fuck? Yo, what the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
that time basically did everything.
I know, like exactly. That's like it's crazy, bro. Like you gotta
Yeah.
respect it for that, like without a doubt.
And then like in season 1, like when you see like Annie fighting stuff, and then like you find out like in the Rumbling arc that the female Titan has one of like the few Titans that can inherit like the other Titan's abilities. So like when she was
yeah.
like doing like the hardening and shit, that was like stuff that the Warhammer Titan could do. So we saw that in like season 1, which is crazy.
Bro, I wish we got more Warhammer Titan fucking content.
Yeah, Aaron just fucking washed that bitch.
And then he just fucking juiced it up. I was like, come on, dog. Like, bro.
Yeah, he used dude. Well, oh my god, what was it? The Jaw Titan, dude. The dude that had it before Falco was so ass.
Yeah,
he
bro.
got washed.
Then Falco comes in, it's like, I can fly.
Yeah, Falco is like a god of the verse.
Bro, he already started flying with it too. I was like, what the fuck, yo?
Yeah, that was sick. And then like Aaron's also another one. Like he used a bunch of different of the Titans' abilities like early on. We just didn't like realize it.
Crazy.
Yeah, actually now I'm thinking about it. I think Annie had the Beast Titans ability too, where she would scream and the Titans would come.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That whole inheritance thing was crazy as well. I don't know. Like,
Oh yeah, dude. The other part that was crazy was when they go to that world thing with Aaron and Zeke, and then you find out that Aaron was like talking to his dad the entire time throughout that whole thing.
yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy in the anime.
Bro, when people, like, anime only viewers don't know what's fucking coming. Like, dead ass.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
not
Like
ready.
the next 15 episodes of Attack on Titan are like that's just gonna pop the fuck off.
Like, this, like, I don't know. Like, season 4 has definitely a opportunity to become, like, so season 4 part 2 has definitely a big chance of becoming something ridiculous, like, in terms of like the quality of it, and it's renowned in the rest of the anime sphere and stuff too.
Oh yeah, dude. With how well received this portion was, that next portion's gonna go off because the whole next half is just basically like the war, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like the whole rumbling, bro. Come on, man. Like that shit's insane.
Dude, I want to see the episode where fucking Gabby shoots Aaron's head off and spins. Yeah, that's gonna be
Dude,
crazy.
people are gonna blow that, bro. When that happens, bro. When that happens, people are gonna lose. People are actually gonna think like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Yeah, Aaron died.
Aaron, it's over. But then the fact that they connected that again, like how Isayama connects that to like his final form or Aaron's final form type beat.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, he's like, oh, well, that's the spine
With
thing. Like crazy.
Yeah, dude, I found that kind of weird. Like
Yeah.
when they first revealed like how it's all started, like when Ymir fell in the lake and that just like that thing was just in the water. She just happened to land on it. I was
think
just like,
I don't know. It's kind of a cop out type deal. I feel like I still, because like there were like a lot of imagery that they use in the anime of like Ymir like making a deal with the devil or whatever, to like that kind of stuff.
right.
I feel like if he had gone down that path more so, been like, you know, the way it all started was like she made a deal with the devil to protect someone, or I don't know, something like that would have been cool. But then I just found this spinal thing in the water, you know, like I just happened to land on it in a particular manner, and all right,
Yeah, it's just like one of those things where like everything.
it just
it's
fell
like
in, it just
meant to
happened to
be.
be. But I mean, like I guess
Yeah.
like that's like looking too deep into things, though, right? That's like being like, oh, I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
That's like nitpicking about fucking One Piece. Like, oh, it's not fair. Luffy was made out of rubber when he versed Enel. Like, fucking man, it's just meant to be, bro. It's just meant to be. Like, it's just storytelling. Like, get over it in a sense.
But yeah, no, like as much as I guess kind of underwhelming the last chapter was compared to like the last,
20.
couple of sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like lower my score or anything like that.
I think like it's still a 10 out of 10 for me. Like it's still a 10 out of
Yeah.
10. Like, but I agree in the sense that the last chapter was underwhelming like if you were to compare the last chapter to like the last chapter of like most shonens, it's better in like a lot of facets, right? But if you were to compare the last chapter to the other chapters of Attack on Titan, then it's like that's where you get the underwhelming kind of factor, I feel like.
Yeah, the thing is like with a lot of popular shonen, for whatever reason, like, I haven't read all of them, but like most popular shonen, people will tell you have like really bad endings.
Yeah.
Like you just start naming off like all of them.
Literally every shonen has
Like
generally had a bad ending.
Like Naruto, Bleach, fucking People say Promised Neverland's ending's bad. I haven't read it, but
Same as Demon Slayer. People say the
yeah,
exact
people
same
say
thing.
Demon Slayer's ending's bad. I haven't read it. Toriko got rushed. I don't know. I can keep
The
going.
only ending,
Death Note.
the only ending that I've heard is like a masterpiece is Code Geass, because it was the first, it was the first of its kind, and then everyone just copied exactly what Code Geass did.
Yeah, so in my opinion, at least, Code Geass arguably has one of the best like last episodes I've ever seen.
Yeah, but then they
It's
fucking
like god tier.
they fucked about and made a season 2. Like, what the fuck? Just leave it as it is, man. Like, don't.
Yeah, I don't even know why
Don't do
there's
that
talk
shit.
of another season.
Because it just diminishes the original product like tenfold. Like, you don't do that kind of stuff. Like, you just don't do that.
Oh, one shonen ending that I actually liked was Haikyuu.
Oh yeah. Haikyuu's a masterpiece. You kidding me?
The only thing that got me tight about Haikyuu is they teased the fuck out of that Oikawa game. Oh my god, I wanted to see that so bad.
They tease so many games that will just never happen.
Oh my god.
And like, bro, he could have kept it going. I wasn't mad that they didn't win. I didn't care. Like, they win or lose. Like, it was upsetting the way that they lost. How it was just, oh, Hinata was uber tired and no one cared for him to tell him to sleep because he was sick or something. Like, fuck off. That's stupid. I feel like that was kind of a cop out. But then the way that he wrapped it up, where it was just like, you know, where like the teacher came to him and was like, hey man, like shit like this is gonna happen your whole life. You're just gonna have to like stand up and like, you know, keep moving forward. I felt like that was a good way to do it. But like, I feel like he could have done more. I mean, obviously he probably felt like it was time to end everything, right? But he could have done more in terms of like showing like the second year and the third year stuff. Because wasn't it like in the 30s they came like second or some shit? Like that's like sure everyone would have wanted to see that. I think it was like second or third.
There was like a few games I would have wanted to see, like the games versus like Date Tech, which I think they lost. Then there was another year where they played the Miwoodsons again, but the Miwoodsons beat them that time.
Yeah.
But
bro, I'm livid that we'll never see Tsukishima play again. That's what pissed me off, bro. They teased, he's like, oh yeah, he's playing Div 2 or whatever. We'll never see him play though. And I was like, fuck, man.
Oh yeah, he was like on some like random team.
Yeah, he's like on like
a
second division team while he's like working full time. I was like, bro, I want to see that. I'm trying to see this fucking whatever they call.
Nah, dude,
like,
one of my favorite moments post time skip is when Hinata first steps on like the Olympics court and I forgot the Miwoodson's name was that I was playing, but he's like, all right, he's like, time to like fucking make your appearance or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And Hinata just comes, like, just sprints on the court, jump spikes first point. That shit was crazy.
That even like that, I reckon it was a really cool way to end it. Like the final chapter or the final chapters with like the match between like basically like those two like the two like league teams, but everyone was on like either team or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was a really cool way to wrap it up.
Yeah, then you just had it ending with Hinata and Kaguma facing off.
Going to this, yeah,
which is cool.
Like that, no,
God, dude, oh man, Haikyuu is god tier. I fucking love it.
Bro, when this shit gets animated, bro, it's fucking over. Haikyuu is just masterpiece after masterpiece, bro. Every chapter is just so good.
Yeah, dude, that fucking I think it's gonna be next season. The game versus Nekoma, that shit's gonna go hard.
I think that's gonna be a whole season as well. I don't see it not being a
yeah, I was telling my friend, like, to finish Haikyuu, like they'd have to do like probably at least minimum 3 more seasons.
That's because they have to do another season for Nekoma. They'll have to do another season for the team after that.
Yeah, that's the one with the
with the white haired kid, and then they have to they have to do another whole season for
when he went to the island.
Yeah,
and then they would have to do that whole game when they came back. Yeah, I think they'd be able to finish Haikyuu in like 3 seasons. I don't know if they're actually gonna go all the way to season 7.
They could. I don't know. They could like make the final season, which is like basically the wrap up season, they could like title it like an after story or something. I don't know, like a time skip type beat.